After 83 days in the Big Brother 27 house, either Chicago attorney Ashley Hollis, Palm Springs gamer Morgan Pope, or unemployed Californian Vince Panaro is about to become $750,000 richer. Collectively, these three judges' alliance members saw 14 other people leave the game, including jurors Rachel Riley, the former winner of Season 13, Will Williams, Kelly Jorgensen, Lauren Domingue, Keanu Soto, and Ava Pearl. Here's how the 2-hour season finale will play out. First up, viewers will see who won parts 1 and 2 of the final head of household competition. They already took place on Thursday and Friday. Then the winners of those 2 challenges will go head-to-head to see who claims part 3. The champion will get to solely evict one person, leaving just the final 2 remaining. Finally, host Julie Chen Moonves will invite the jurors back to grill the finalists before they cast their life-changing votes. We begin where Thursday's episode left off, with Ashley, Morgan, and Vince celebrating making it to the final 3 with a champagne toast. Ava left the house in 4th place, and later told Gold Derby she still believes she has a good relationship with Rachel. In addition to the winner being crowned tonight, Julie will also announce the audience's choice for America's favorite house guest. That honor comes with its own $50,000 check. Now let's dive into the finale. It was day 80 when the final 3 took part in the first of 3 comps to win the final head of household of the season. For the comp, they were required to stay on flying, spinning, steaming and buzzing aircrafts longer than the others. Each had their own reasons for needing to win. Morgan knows she's a huge threat, Vince needs to build a stronger resume than Morgan, and Ashley is aware that Morgan and Vince will likely take each other to the final 2. Despite that, Ashley fell after 28 minutes and 45 seconds claiming that she was gonna be sick from all the spinning. Vince lasted about twice as long, finally dropping at 53 minutes and 25 seconds. Morgan's win meant that she'd advance directly to part 3 to face the winner of part 2. Vince was disappointed in his performance, calling it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to secure his spot in the finals, and he blew it. On deck this season to guide the jury through their deliberation chat was Season 22 winner Cody Califier. The first 5 were disappointed to see Ava walk in as the 6th juror, but news of another Morgan comp win set off a chain of reactions in her favor. Rachel admired her competitiveness, and Keanu thought that her social game shined in the beginning of the game. Ava countered that Morgan can get BB paranoid, and Kelly thought that it was hard to separate Morgan and Vince's moves. A lot of them thought that Morgan played Vince's game, which Rachel called Morgan's downfall. Lauren thought Vince's best move was being in the judges' alliance, and while Keanu thought his lies got people on his side, Ava and Kelly weren't impressed with how unnecessary some of his lies are. Will called it a level of messiness that he didn't know he could vote for. Rachel was concerned that the jury would react bitter, and doesn't want them to discount Vince just because they're upset, highlighting that each one of you are here because of him. Ava biggied up Ashley for being loyal and then was shocked when Will disclosed that she's a lawyer. In that regard, Kelly was impressed that she was able to dumb herself down in that way. Keanu pointed out that Ashley has not lived up to most of the things that Rachel laid out for an ideal winner. Season 16 player Frankie Grande was brought in as host for part 2 of the HOH comp to guide Ashley and Vince through their ziplining attempt to destroy the Mastermind's billboards that they'd have to reassemble as a puzzle displaying the faces of 6 house guests. By the end of Unmask the Mastermind, the winning player would also trigger a reveal of the true identity of the Mastermind. Vince was first to knock down all the blocks of his 3 billboards and was already referring to the puzzle of faces as pretty easy before Ashley was off her zipline. He assembled a puzzle of Will, Amy, Keanu, Rachel, Jimmy and Mickey, and then had to decipher a passcode based off of the order they left the game. He confidently declared that he knew the dates of everyone's exit from the game, missing that the prompt was to use the order they left. When Ashley read the prompt later, Morgan realized from the sidelines what they're missing, but Vince never read the prompt again while Ashley did. By the time Ashley buzzed in for her win, Vince was still frustrated and hitting his buzzer with the same incorrect numbers. It wasn't until Ashley pointed out the order in the prompt that Vince realized his mistake and claimed that she didn't beat him because he beat himself. From the diary room, he declared this scenario by far the worst for him all season. To no one's surprise, the one and only Dr. Will Kirby was revealed as the mastermind when he was brought outside in handcuffs, but he claimed to have been framed. Back in the house, Vince continued to beat himself up over the loss, with Morgan consoling him while downstairs Ashley told the camera that her final move of the season will be to win part 3 and take Morgan out. Playing out live, Morgan and Ashley took part in the last comp, Perjury Duty, to win HOH and make it to the final 2 seats. As always, this comp had 3-part statements from the jury members which the players had to identify as true/false. Over the course of the comp, they both got Rachel's statement correct. Morgan got Will, Kelly and Lauren's statement wrong. After only 4 statements, Ashley secured the win with 4 points and earned her spot in the final 2, and the right to choose her opponent. With the power in her hands for the first time all season, Ashley as the final HOH cast the sole vote to evict Morgan, because she wasn't sure if she could beat her and agreed with Vince that against him it could be a toss-up. Morgan exited the house with a smile on her face and seemingly happy for her 2 close friends to make it to the final 2 chairs. She admitted to Julie that she thinks Ashley made the right move and doesn't blame her. Morgan then confirmed what Ashley told Vince moments prior in the house, that she was going to take Ashley to the end instead of Vince because she wasn't sure that she'd beat him. Before Julie brought Morgan out to join the jury, both Rachel and Keanu declared that they would prefer it to be Vince, and then everyone audibly gasped when Morgan walked out instead and were informed that Ashley won HOH and brought Vince with her to the final 2. Keanu asked Vince about his emotionally manipulative game that lead to horrible jury management, to which Vince said that he was acting out of his emotions in those moments, and that the moves he made were for himself. He referred to the double-edged sword of the multiple paths he created to get to the end of the game, and apologized for anyone feeling manipulated. He asked that they appreciate what he did from a game perspective. Rachel asked Ashley about her great social game, but wanted to know specific strategic moves. Ashley named her ability to adapt to the game, through repositioning, like her alignment with different people, and especially with the judges' alliance when she convinced Rachel to keep Morgan. She also pointed out that she had protection from Keanu and Ava as well. Kelly returned to Vince with a question about the sincerity of his lying and crying. He said he spoke with passion and with conviction, calling all of his crying authentic. He wanted them to know that his emotions were sincere even when talking game. Will referred to Ashley using Rachel as a shield, wanting to know about her personal contributions. At that point, she went back to the multiple alliances she had with every single member of the jury that created a threat of protection for her throughout the house. Lauren offered Vince the opportunity to differentiate his game from Morgan's. Vince said Morgan can't take credit for him joining the judges' alliance, because he made that for himself in order to get protection from people that he previously wasn't working with. He also noted that in the first 6 weeks, he didn't align with Morgan at all, and so the decisions he made for nominees at that point were his. Ava gave Ashley the chance to argue why she deserves to win over Vince. She said that she strategically aligned herself for protection by turning enemies into allies, and through her ability to earn loyalty from everyone in a social game. Morgan's one question went to Vince so that he could talk about the strongest part of his game. Vince said that he caused a lot of damage and had to do damage control. He tried to use Ashley's line about enemies and allies in his own favor, but that triggered laughter from both Kelly and Lauren. In their final statements to the jury, Ashley referred back to Showergate, and reminded them that even after that she was able to remain off the block week after week. She said she did purposeful annoyances, in order to create a small target on her back without putting her in danger. A reference to Elle Woods from Legally Blonde brought out her secret that she's an attorney so that she could let them know she let people think they were controlling her, but she knew all along exactly what she was doing. Vince bounced off of Ashley's secret by declaring that he's really unemployed, and that she's a superfan that has tried out for the show for years. He said he came into this house with very little confidence, so that he could highlight all of his many comp wins as a triumph for himself. He numbered all of his nominations and how many of them went home on his weeks as HOH, taking full responsibility for all of his actions and the big target he put on his back. "Yes, I lied," he said, arguing that he put his blood, sweat and tears into the game by playing it the way it is supposed to be played. In a mini reunion with the entire cast on stage, Julie counted 8 out of 10 people as having a final 2 deal with Vince, but he said it's because he was winging it, and that Morgan was his number 1 by far. Jimmy Hegarty said that he and Mickey Lee hashed it out, about her turning on their alliance to evict him, but gave credit to Morgan for orchestrating that move on her own behalf. He also offered compliments to Morgan's game because he thought she had a lot of power in the game, including running Vince's HOH reigns. At the keybox as they cast their vote for a winner, Rachel said that Big Brother is about winning competitions when you need to. Will declared his vote for his little girl, and that it ain't no surprise. Kelly highlighted the best social game. Lauren gave an iconic, love ya. Keanu cast his vote for the player he said he'd vote for while still in the house. Ava wanted the winner to be the person that believed in themselves. Morgan voted for who she thought played the best game.